and welcome. This is Divine Unisouls 11. I am Divine Sunshine, your host. I'm over here. I have to remember. I'm like, where am I at? Yeah. I think kind of in some ways that's an interesting statement to say, where am I at? Because some of us where we are, I feel like there's a void. This one I'm going to do for ones that are in separation or not physically with their person in the 3D, or there's been some communication or less communication, but it's not the union, is not where you believe it's supposed to be. This is where I'm coming from on this premise, as far as what's going on, and kind of help us to get a gauge of understanding actually what is truly going on, and what's our soul's journey for this. So I'm just titled, this is just not like where am I at, and this really for us to say it's not showing up. Union is not showing up the way that we thought in our image for it to be. So let's look at the energies about what's surrounding with this. Right now we'll say no reversal. So we're moving into a point that there's a storm warning. Some things are kind of being some tower. So right now we're probably at this tower moment because some things have came in. They're saying, dag, maybe the ego has kicked in and stated that, hey, this isn't where I want to be. You feeling in your feels. You're at the point you're looking around. You might be depressed. Your emotions are getting the best of you. You kind of like feeling like you're grasping at straws. As K Moon says, that you're at the point that you're saying, I done ran out of tools. I don't know any more other things to do. And it's crashing around you as far as how you're seeing, my heart chakra is trying to do this. So what we're doing is the universe is saying my heart and mind something. It went so fast. We are at the place now where we are trying to find our power in this, standing in our power, building healthy boundaries as we are standing in our power, because it's the third chakra there, which is our solar plexus. Really trying to get everything underneath the sun. As I say, solar, be the sun, shine, and be divine, and really truly know what is our power in all of this. And so right now, because this card is not wanting to come down, we're moving into this point where we feel like it's some type of action that we need to take. And so that action is based upon us understanding that, really truly getting a better understanding of what is our soul's, I'll put it right here, our soul's journey. And so through all of this, clear will be like almost your soul. What does your soul want you to learn at this point? Some self-esteem. And to me, when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking like an engine, like really what is actually truly fueling you? Like, is it fueling you because of the need of having your person with you? Is it fueling you because sometimes, again, and let's be honest, some of us are fueling us that like the pain and the drama of being in this, and you don't know, maybe again, that could be again family that you have learned this from, this self-pitying, this wallowing, going on, well, it ain't me, it's something wrong with them, I'm perfect, ain't nothing got to be fixed. That might be something that you've seen a lot of family relatives, parent kind of handle it, or it could be ancestral and you just don't know it. That like, why is it that, if I don't see things coming my way, then I'm easy to say, okay, dismiss, move on. I was watching the video and they were saying how really deeply this epigenetics plays a part that we just don't know, and how it is really truly things and patterns that you're moving off of, and you're like, I don't know why I do it this way, but I do. I'm thinking about a story about a young lady, and I remember it's Christmas time. It was Les Brown had given that story, and was saying that she was cooking the Christmas ham, And, you know, she had seen her mother fix it. She put the ham in there, cut the end off, put it in the pan, and that's it. And so then one day her mother came over for Christmas, and she seen her daughter do the same thing, have the ham, cut off the end, put it in the pan, and mother was kind of like puzzled, like, why are you doing that? And she said, well, that's the way I seen you cook a ham. You cut off the end. And she's like, baby, the reason why I cut off the end was because the pan that I put it in, the ham was too big and the pan was too small. But your pan that you have fits the ham perfectly. You could have just put it in there. You cutting off a perfectly good piece of ham and throwing it away when you could have kept that. And I think, again, some of us are almost like that ham. We're cutting off pieces and throwing it to the way, or throwing out the baby with the bath water when we don't have to, or we're causing these things of not being in union because of certain things that we have seen family-wise, or there's certain things that we had seen that I've seen them cutting the grass. So again, we got to maintain. Some of us has got to, again, we got to go cut off the lawn, some kind of way of manicure the lawn, like cut, really get down. Those things might be overgrown at this time. I understand, go on, pumpkin. And we really need to be on guard about it. And some of this stuff is like, it's again growing in our own backyard. It don't have nothing to do with our counterpart. So understand, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. To me, it seems like it's saying you've got the answer to it all. I was just watching the video now that was talking about going to therapy and all these other kind of things like that, and that's fine. I'm not knocking therapist hustle. I myself go there again to get my mind to hear another point of view, to help me know which way is another healthy or non-biased or non-objective way to see about the things that I'm doing, and then at the end I'm still making the decision as to what I need to do. This to me seems like it's telling me, again, when we talk about self-esteem, it's some kind of way we're looking on the outside to build ourselves up, and Spirit is saying that we don't need to do that right now. And some of the things is because of that. We need to look internally, because the gifts to me represents the answers to everything that's going on externally is there to give you for as far as the answers to the problems or solutions as to why things are not manifesting, why you don't look like your union is not looking the way that it is, you know. And I know a lot of us get tired of it again, but the law is so within, so without. It's still some things that we've got to check out ourselves. And some of us forget that we're so busy about the mission. The mission that they're saying, and I just got this, thank you, for my guys, is the mission in out there for some of us is in helping others, is to help us to understand a reflection of how we work in the world, how we get empowerment. I seen somebody had said the card today they had pulled was empowerment. I think it was Kathy from Saint Germain Sisters, Soul Sisters, and she said it's empowerment. It's about getting into the mission to help to empower you, but at the end of the day, the true mission is still you. Its true mission is still fixing you. And I think where we had gotten into the spiritual community, we got off track, is that we start saying it's outward, which is again going right back to society, right back to again about how society is, and again, and not knocking religion, but again, religion is about humble, it's about being in service to everybody. It's like Jesus being out there and helping out the multitudes and help. Look, everything is outward. Everything is outward. But see, you have to understand, let's really break down about Jesus and his teachings and what he was doing. He was the way shower. Those things that he was doing was helping to benefit us, to show us a better way, but it also was helping him to build his reserve, so that when he had made that great demonstration at the end about ascending and going to the next level, he had all those things to build on, all those lesson sermons, all those things that he had helped people, you know, that at the end of the day, even like the one that said to pick up your bed and walk, he was still saying it's all within you to be able to do this thing. Greater things in you that you would do better and greater than me. So those things, again, he had to take those lessons. And I understand that even as a spiritual, or what do you say, influencer, or a person, a leader in the spiritual community here as well, that those lessons, that when I come on here and I say that this channel has saved me, those things that I'm throwing out there, lessons are lessons that also are for me, that I have to understand that. So again, those missions of helping others is also a reflection for you to be able to get more empowered, more grounded in the belief systems that you are, again, helping others. I'm hoping you're getting what I'm saying, is helping you to understand who you are in doing your work outside. But it's not about it's just helping them and throwing out the energy. It's just helping them. It's just helping them. But I don't get nothing in return. Again, like I said with Jesus, at the end, he was able to demonstrate and say, it is finished. I get it. I see through the helping of other people. I see how those things help me to ascend, to go to the next level. And so it wasn't just all about helping others and being humble. Is also about that lesson that through me helping you, I'm helping myself. And so that's the thing, and that's the basis of the whole thing. So right now our journey is to deal with this, that I release the need to know all of the answers. And this is again for us to say, hey, it's not happening the way we want to. This is where again is walk by faith, not by sight. Thank you, got it right this time. Thank you, Dr. Price, because I used to watch that all the time. Again, and it's like I said, religion is good. Religion is supposed to be the same beliefs over and over again, the thought systems thrown at you over and over again to help you build that foundation for you to take and say, hey, I always have my minister also, Dr. Johnny Coleman, was always say, I give you this stuff on a platter and you take off of it what you need. That's the same thing with religion. See, but what happened was, as they say, what happened was, is that it turned to the point that it turned and they were force feeding you and say, no, you got to take everything off this platter. You don't have any choices with that. And so this is where everything got wrong. Everything got kind of misconstrued. And so this is where we have to understand that, again, just like in the Bible, it says free will. We have to also understand that it's even free will in the way we practice, the way we use the religion, as well as we build our own foundation there. And so then when they start coming with these rules and regulations, you got to do it this way, you got to do it that way, that is where it got off the wheels, got off track. Because again, you got to remember, we're human and spiritual is always remember that when I was at church. And that I guess today again it's this religion. They're saying again, checking out foundations. I would think in some ways they would say in the angel tarot, they got a card say religious factors is playing a very big role. So for me to keep on saying about this religion stuff, some of us on here, religion is the basis of why things are kind of clashing. It could be literally about religious beliefs as well that's causing the issue, and it's also about religious, as you know that I believe religious means what is it that I'm thinking about, or my belief systems that I'm using religiously that I don't know. We're not lucky in love. I'm never lucky in love. It's always something happens. It's always another person. It's never just me and that person. So that's a religion. That's something that I have adopted. The religion of no love. I get no love. So that is something that I've got to check. But like I said, I was on the road on about something else. But truly understanding that we have to make that major shift. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if that is one of the things that is playing a big major role for us not being able to get into that, and us understanding that religion, it plays two ways. Let me go on, and they might have cut it off because it's like you could go on and on and on that. Let's look and see about as far as what they're saying, doubt. what is, let me get clarification about what's the shadow aspect of that doubt that we need to kind of really work on about this not being able clear. We always think that it's got to be an answer, and that's really hard. It's just like I said, we have that humanness that we're working with, and that goes hand in hand. Like I said, within religions, you have human. You got to remember that, and that plays a part as far as us not really truly being able to release. The human part has to know answers. Society pushes and helps us to say that it's always got to be a solution to things. It's got to be a reason to things. And sometimes, you know, I remember was dealing with the my other self, which is you all call DM or your counterpart or whatever. And he's like, you know, I'm sorry, sometimes people just do stupid things. Ain't no explanation to why they doing things. It just is. And you know that sometimes that just isness really doesn't help us to get validation as to what. And I know the same thing with even did with my mom and trying to help her to understand about some of the things that my dad did. And my dad constantly, I'm trying to get a notification off, constantly is always telling her, you know, he said, tell her it's layers. It ain't no just one thing of the reason why I did what I did. It ain't just because of my mother. It isn't just because I wanted to just go and play on her or I was about being a player. It ain't just because of childhood wounds. It's not because of, again, how I didn't have a voice. It's not always one. It's like a cake. He always shows me that. It's a layers. It's a multi-layer to it. In between this filling and cake and filling and cake. And you might get different layers of that. I remember it reminded me of like a unicorn cake, which is just as pretty I had gotten for my mom's birthday. And it had like beautiful blues, turquoise, and then the next layer of frosting had purple, and the next one had pink, and then the top had like a swirl of all of the colors in there. Sometimes that's just how it is. And you know, to break it down to one simplified thing that will make your heart be at ease, sometimes you're not going to get the sorry. Sometimes you're not going to get the explanation, and that's very hard for us to be able to work on it and keep it moving. The thing that they're saying about this doubt, I release the need to know all of the answers. It comes into artificial heart. To me, when I look at this, there's several things that they're bringing to me there. This doubt things makes you kind of operate from an artificial heart, which means not knowing. Sometimes you're in your fields, but your fields are distorted. Your feelings are based upon mind. They say it's mind-based feelings. I like that. Mind-based feelings, which is not truly getting you into actually feeling what the heart is. And I know that even in the situations there, like you're saying, like, what is it there? And you're trying to get into the heart and you can't. It's so many things in there, and you have to really truly, and that's that divine feminine energy. Some of us cannot, because there is some healing, some distortion. This is not what's going on, and I'm seeing in the trends they talk about the divine feminine energies needs to be healed. It's a little kind of it's distorted. It's a little bit twisted. It's a little bit off-centered. And we really need to go into that divine feminine energies and heal that. And this is what's saying artificial, because again, and I think that again is like I'm getting the message of the phrase is saying artificial fillings, preservatives, additives. They're saying almost just like food. You got a lot of things that because of like the family's dynamic, like we talk about the epigenetics, family belief systems, our belief systems, society's belief systems, all those things. And we're trying to preserve what we believe that we know. And all those things are making us to become artificially and not artificially disseminated. Well, yeah, that's true, because again, the feminine and the divine masculine, I told you what spirit is now bringing to me. Both of them have to come together, become intimate, and to create and give manifestation and give birth to that thing that you very much want, which is union. What they're saying is right now, because of the things, where my pen at, because of what these things and these other artificial additives and preservatives that you have picked up in life, you are being artificially inseminated. It's not naturally flowing, and that's why it's giving birth to the outcome of the union experience that you're having now. Your third eye is being blocked. You can't really see the vision. You can't really see which way you really truly want in the vision of your heart. Your eyes are not seeing it. I'm seeing tears coming from there. There's a lot of crying being shed, a lot of hurt feelings because of that. And your throat is not giving voice to being able to really express, which is, I remember Raquel had said that one time, saying about the throat chakra and how it's like the bridge to be able to manifest those things as well. And so in order for you to bring that and give it voice, to give it life, through what you're saying, you're not able to do this, because to me this looks like it's locked. It's like it's got a padlock on it. Somebody's got a pull thing. Then it's almost like a S&M sex. Somebody is pulling the chain, and right now you're feeling like the universe is having other people being able to lead you, and you're not really being in the driver's seat. So this is something that we've got to work on in order for us to get in the driver's seat, as far as what's happening with our hearts. Because what is the lesson that we're learning? Clear right now, the karmic lesson where we're talking about the heart, matters of the heart. Woo-wee, this is a lot. Ooh, it's getting hot too as well. Right now we're feeling like we're being handicapped. Okay, this is one thing, especially in the Pentacles, means the worldly things. We can't move. We can't have no forward movement. The leg is gone. They got a barrel there. That to me symbolizes about that crabs in the barrel. There's other people, other influences, things, again, that is pulling us down. It could be the family members. It could be negative Nellies around us, people, situations, person, places, and things. So to me, that crabs in the barrel one, if you seen that video, I would play that too as well, because it seems like this is coming in play. With that's affecting you too as well, the crabs in the barrel thing. Some of us, again, are calling ourselves to be vulnerable. The karmic lessons is, so we got this here. Let's go back to this. The lesson for this one is to have mastery over us having this handicap. Like, I can't do anything because I'm already, somebody's like a dog pulling our chain and leading us by the collar as to where we're going. And we're like, hey, we don't want to. I know when I walk in the babies, sometimes Ivory would just flop right down. Like, I don't want to go up them stairs. And she, I have to find myself dragging her to say, come up the stairs. That's what we feel like. Now, sometimes in some ways, it might be, and I'm picking this up too, the universe, you feel like it's dragging you someplace that you don't want to go. And you're like, okay, universe, that's not really the direction. I want to go this way. That's one way you feel like you're being dragged. And you can feel like, again, the world is dragging you in a direction, or your counterpart or your other self is dragging you. And you're like, I don't want to go there. Some of this, again, the karmic lessons that we got to deal with here as well is understanding that we're saying that we are vulnerable. We're saying that we're naked. Like we said, that we have stripped ourselves bare. But at the same time, when we're doing that stripped down bareness that we say we so-called are, we are really still masking. It's something about this. We're still being artificially inseminated. We're still being artificially hard. We still feel preservatives and additives from life, from family members, person, place, and things that we have experienced in life. We're saying we're in the driver's seat. We think we're looking cute. We think we're looking flawless. And there's still, I'm seeing curtains there. There's still some things that we got to reveal. And I'm seeing the sheet there right there. And we still got to get grounded and rooted in. I see the number 2, but it looks like the number 11. We got to change this handicap feeling. I'm seeing the number 5 here. I'm just looking at the numbers. And we got to become balanced on this. Really, truly being vulnerable. Like, again, you say, I ran out of tools. But guess what? There still is some things that we still have got to reveal about ourselves. We still got to get naked. We still haven't gotten down to the bottom of the barrel. We still have not, as Kathy D said, have gotten to the bottom of that coffee pot. Again, And it's to me, and they're saying it's nothing about saying the scab, and you, again, some of you all have kind of adopted as well. I know, like April has said that, and Kathy did say that, don't keep on doing it because you're going to hit a geyser and that. Some of y'all need to hit the geyser. Some of y'all didn't skirt it around it, or she said corner clean it, around clean it, as Kathy D said, her grandmother said, which means you clean it around, but you know, it's dust underneath that chair. You need to, like I got upstairs some couch. I ain't moved the couch, but it's dust underneath there. I'm just been sweeping around it, mopping around it, but I ain't moved the couch out to see what's happening underneath there. Dust bunnies and everything is underneath there. We have to get to that point that that's what we got. We got to clean. It's time to clean, move that couch out. Because even if you go and you start remodeling and stuff like that, you're going to see, oh my God, all that dust been underneath there all that daggone time. This is what it is. It's kind of almost like remodeling time. You and your divine masculine energies here want the freedom, but you keep on kind of looking. I'm looking, even the horse, even the freedom looking down. Like, I don't know if I could get this. Trying to get a handle on some of the material, the worldly things, how you can be able to get a handle about this manifestation, like making things actually so within, so without, this union to actually manifest there. And to me, it seems like if you've been in your divine masculine energies, you are masking your emotions about it. Something that has been done, some actions that, again, that I'm thinking, again, it says 12, you got to get your house in order. That going back to this, the cleaning there. It's really time to really kind of move them things around, maybe physically, maybe you need to kind of practice that too. Moving things and changing things around so that the outer will start giving the message to the inner that it's time to change. And this divine masculine, or here, again, we got the number 12. And like I said, the 12 of Pentacles. Let me look this up. It stopped because it was trying to talk to me. At the same time, let me see if I got these books. I got this stuff so out of order. No, that's that crazy one. Let's see if I can find that book. Oh, here they go. Here we go. Get there to look at that. Pentecost, that's swords. Here we go, 12. My finger right on it too. 11, 12, night. Opportunism. Waiting for the right moment. Bearer of gifts. Restraint. Seriousness. You're waiting on the right moments, like you're holding it. To me, when I look at this, looks like it say you got the key. That goes back to it said earlier about that. You got the key of how to get out of it, but you're just holding it and don't know what to do with it. And this is something, again, it's like it's here. You're entitled to it. Something about yourself that's not even the lesson is understanding you're entitled to that union. You're entitled to have whatever things, that mission or that, again, manifestation to, hey, okay, to actually to manifest. But again, you're looking at it, sitting on freedom, knowing you can free yourself, but you mask and can't see it. Be masking your emotions about maybe things that happened, they said, in the past, about something that probably could not last, and you just find yourself still sitting there on your ass. So you've got to, again, find ways to look, they say, in the looking glass, which means in the mirror, to find that everything that is eternal, that is within you, is truly built to last. And so there is your wealth of knowledge. And they're saying there goes your fountain of youth that you need to really look and see and drink from that cup of love or self-love, or that Ace of Cups, and give it to you. Okay. Because some of you are just like the kids here is kind of fighting over something that, again, that, you know, that you got to fight for your own dream. I think a lot of you are kind of looking almost like that crabs in the barrel, like at everybody else's things. You're not really getting truly like what's really good for you. what is really truly your divine gift, and what is really truly what you feel like this is really truly living. This is divine living. This is everything in divine order for me as well. And so that's something that you have to look at. We have here, again, let's go to religion here. We got 5 here, which is, I think that's the Hierophant, right? And what we want to do is to become, the Hierophant. We've got to work with this understanding. It says permission. That's interesting that it says that. And I said that on my podcast about this big thing, about this theme of like, I'm surprised that sometimes, and I said it even on here, we have to give ourselves permission. I give myself permission to have the best love of all. There's some things that we might want to experience, but we're kind of maybe even scared to say, well, how would that affect the union? How would that affect me on my mission? I have to give myself permission to do that. You know, I've always said that, and I have to talk to myself about that, that I remember at the beginning I said that, you know, you can't do anything wrong. Even if you do pick the wrong choice, life will have a way of self-correcting you. The universe will self-correct you and put you back on course again. Now, maybe it might take you a little bit more longer to get there. Remember, even when you take the scenic route, you'll find yourself again able to look at other things, explore. I know that even with myself, I find myself saying, well, I got to jump off the expressway, although it's been easier for me to get there, but it's crowded. And I'm not going to be in here sitting in this gridlock. And I get off and I look and say, oh my God, I didn't know that restaurant exists. Okay, next time I'll experience that. Oh, here's a car wash. Oh my God, I didn't know that. Oh, look at this little neighborhood here. This looks like Wrigley Field, but on the south side, by around White Sox Park. This is nice, you know, and you'll find and discover new places that you did not know. So sometimes taking the scenic route helps you to understand about the exploration about things, and visiting people and building relationship with others and doing things help you to understand you better. Because again, I think that's what we got to really truly start understanding, that again, what's happening on the outer is helping to reflect on the inner, what things that might need to be changed, and you're going to find some keys and some understanding as to how you can be able to become truly this Hierophant energy, which is true wisdom. The wisdom to me is when that heart and that mind is in alignment and you truly know which way you need to go. Traditions to me is like, again, learning new traditions, or either they're saying the traditions of everybody else, but knowing how to have that ease and flow and how to marry the two into what's going on for you. Some of the rituals and spiritual guidance, really being able to have those downloads to that. Maybe even find yourself that there's a certain routine or rituals or things that kind of help you to get more in tune with your spiritualness. Now that's the lesson that we got to learn, is like, what is it that works for me? What things do I do in life that helps to keep me in that flow, helps to create that magic? Those are the things in which we have to, because some kind of way right now through these lessons we've gotten off track, and this is where we have to be right now. And then we got this last card here, which is okay, oh, justice. No, that's not justice. This is the death card. And again, in our karmic energies, we have to understand that there's some things, there's a transformation. I said 13 is lucky for me. I don't have no problem with that, because I know some things is about to change. And so it's about, again, the death, the ending of things. Really, truly, to me, although she's looking like she's coming for him, but really, truly becoming, ooh, that downward there look like another little thing. I don't know why I see really little devilment down there in the northern part region, but anyway, it's probably meant to look like that. Just really truly understanding that she has her hands as skeletons, like really getting rid of the skin. To me, whatever kind of identity that I have identified with, really becoming truly vulnerable. In this one, she ain't got no clothes on. She's dropping all that, letting the death process occur, giving way of the old things, maybe again the old wisdom that I had adopted and thought that was a part of me, and giving birth to something new. The 13 is about transformations. Okay, beginning and ending of things, sudden event. This is again understanding that whatever has happened, and another word that's been traveling around in the spiritual community is disappointment. So whatever it is about the disappointment about how you thought that it was going to happen, the disappointment about in yourself, the disappointment about how your person has behaved, the disappointment about how things ain't moving the way it is. Right now, the sudden event is like, to me, I feel like it said whop out. Some of us, it hit us upside the head, and we're at this wall, and it's like, I can't go any further. I have no more tools. I have no more, some of us saying, I have no more energy. I don't know what it is that I need to do. I need a breakthrough to turn this thing around. However, they're saying the surprise, understanding of what is important. So this definitely is helping us to understand what is important, that we really truly need to get in the energies of finishing something one had given up on. Okay. And the last threshold, like I say again, it's like, to me, it's the last threshold. To me, it's like you pushing, and again, you're at that wall. That goes back to me again, saying again that there's no, you saying I'm hitting that wall. So I picked that up. The last embrace. Some of us is like that bear. You know, bears, when things hurt them, they don't push it away. They put a bear hug on it. That's where we get that term, bear hug. And they figured that bear hug are suffocated enough and stop. So even if it's like a hot skillet that they might find on the campground, they'll do that. But you know, when you do that, you're doing what? You're hurting yourself in the process. It's got to be a point to this understanding that too, is some things that we've got to let go. And it's saying the final kiss. I think about like the kiss, like Judas. I think some of us feel like, again, there's been a betrayal that has happened as well with the divine counterpart. And so this is where we are as far as that, but understanding that we got to take something bad or take the lemons and create lemonade. And this is what they're saying with that, because we're getting stuck in the betrayal, but we're not in the lesson. And like I told my other person, we don't take L's, we take lessons. And that goes back, then I got that quote from Daniel Boone from LLE Essentials. I love that quote all the time, because again, that helps you too to know that you're not the biggest loser of it all. You know, like you're the biggest loser L on your thing. It's again like you taking that L, put it on your chest and find some kind of way and turn it into being the S for Superman, or you turn it into your divinity, putting a D on there, really truly becoming divine, because there's something again that you're supposed to walk away and learn. Society or outside, we have learned that again, where you lost is big, you know, you deal with that hurt, you eat it, you know, and there's nothing else to alchemize. Alchemize. I don't know what I'm trying to say. That's new, but alchemize the situation. That is saying that I turned that, and that's what alchemy is. It's turning that thing into bad into something good, so it works for your benefit. And you know, even though they say again, when those things happen, or you feel betrayed, or you feel whatever, say, you know, again, universe, show me how I can take that bad thing and benefit it for my good. I think that's even in the Bible. It say they meant it for bad, but I know God would turn it around for it to be my good. And so that is something again that we have to learn, that to sit there with it and truly say, okay, what is the lesson I need to learn? Where does this work for the benefit for me of becoming divine? How do I go ahead and move to the next level with this, so that I can come this breakthrough? And in some of us, the breakthrough is that the understanding that we're not being able to see within that the silver lining in it. And that's what's keeping us stuck, because we're like, I just ain't seeing it. I just ain't seeing it. He hurt me. He did X, Y, and Z. Or she did X, Y, and Z. She didn't call me back. I'm still on that. I don't understand how he did that. I don't understand how she did that. You know, and still saying about, okay, what is it that I need to learn? So those are the karmic lessons about this transformation that we need to aspire and actually do. Let's look at what is the changes. What are we changing into? Clear. Understanding that you are stronger than you know. I told you, it's about what's going on the inside. Some of us, again, I've always got that feeling about that giraffe where we are playing ourselves small. Okay, we're playing ourselves small. In our divine masculine energies within us. Oh, this is the wrong one. This is about that one. Give me them. Thank you. In our divine masculine energies. Okay, I pulled you. Thank you, so I can get this. Here it is. We need to work on just doing it. I think a lot of us get stuck in our head and we don't move on to the next level. And we talk ourselves out of things, you know, rather we looking at it, no, that's not it. Right now we got Leo season. This is really the time to really get into our heart. It's time for us to be able to, as Moon even said, to have that heart-to-heart conversation with ourselves, with other people that might be involved too as well. I know I watched it and she was saying that a lot of us had been before to get rid of that divine masculine energies that need to be healed, which is again of I'm doing it for self, F everybody else, is by me. You know, that kind of thing. And all of us, and some of us in this separation or whatever, not where we are, where union is not looking like it where it's supposed to be. It has been that wounded masculine energies, or that distorted masculine energies that have been showing up, that, you know, I'm not getting the way I wanted, we'll bump that, I'm gonna start doing the way I am, cut this off, do this differently because it benefits me. But at the end of the day, if you really check into your heart and you're not dealing with that artificial heart, you still feel like, hey, when I did all of that, I still feel hurt. When I do all of that, I still feel pain. When I do all of that, I still feel depressed. I still feel alone. Ain't nothing shifted and changed. It's just like it feel good for a little second. Like I seen one of the infomercials they have for this program to get, and it's like, yeah, you start doing it, it feel good, and then you come right on back to the same feeling that you were before. This is access for us to do like Nike. Just do it. Maybe that hard conversation that you wanted to have, you need to have with that person, or you need to look in, and you've been saying, I need to go see a therapy because therapy is about something that I got to deal with my childhood, or maybe I need to have that past life regression session with Divine Sunshine. I've been putting off to really see about what's going on with the patterns. Let's do that. You know, whatever it is that you've been putting off, this is what Spirit's saying. This is a sign for you to understand to just start doing it. Typhoon acts like a monster, boisterous voice. To me, again, some of you all have been trying to, in your divine masculine energies, which you know is how you show up in the world, how you actually make things to manifest and actually happen, how you stand in your authority or your leadership in doing this. This is the energy outside. And again, in that, acts like a monster, you know. And to me, again, like that, I'm thinking about, I don't know why I'm seeing this Snickers commercial where it's like, man, did you eat something today? Because they acting all crazy, and before they had that Snickers, then they come right back to themselves, and they're like, that's much better. I could tell you didn't eat, you was hangry, you know, that hungry, angry. And some of us is like that. We hunger, we want the union, but it ain't coming, and so now we just acting nasty. We just going into our monster, which is really to be throwing a tantrum and being truly hurt. Excuse me for 1 second. Ebony, And so this is a place in which we really have to start looking at and getting ourselves together with, which is that boisterous voice. To me, we're trying to power it through. We're trying to overly seem like we're in authority. To me, in our voice, which is means trying to overcompensate, or even in our voice, trying to make it happen and manifest that. And we're not coming with that vulnerability. To me, that's masked again with emotions of how I'm supposed to appear to be on the outside, instead of just showing up as divine masculine energies, being vulnerable, saying I'm hurt, this is what is going on, crying, or whatever that it needs to take to kind of, again, show the softer side. In our divine masculine energies, I am that I am. This is where we got to move into. Some of us is being like, I am that I am. You just got to deal with it. This is how I am. I ain't changed. I've heard a lot of people say, well, this is how I am. This is what it is. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I remember a young lady is saying that on that Married with Children. I said that even on my podcast, where she's like, I'm just a tornado, and then hopefully I'll find somebody to be able to deal with me in this way, as far as a tornado of emotions. And like when I get upset, I throw the tantrums, and then they'll be able to talk me down. And I told Mom one time about that, and I might have shared this, and excuse me if I'm repeating myself again, that I say, yeah, that's fine, you can find you somebody, but after a while that's going to work on their nerves, and that's going to wear them down. And then before you know it, either you got a worn down partner, or you got a partner that's like 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door, or they even saying, I'm going to be out the door. And so you don't want to have that type of relationship there too as well. So that I am, that ego, you remember, is like two sides of the coin. That I am and am, you got to check that at the door and kind of deal with it as far as in our divine masculine. It's okay for you to show up, and that's who you are. You can tell when people authentically, this is who I am. Like you look at Erykah Badu with her funkiness and her out there-ness. That's her. She ain't got to put on no extra Zoom, no other kind of personality. She's not like Beyonce. What's Beyonce say? It's me. You see her have two sides. She's got Beyonce, the mom, and you see her, she's soft. And then you got the Beyonce fierce, Sasha fierce. And so that's two different personalities. Some of us are doing that. I think about even Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson has that too. She's quiet, but then when she get up there on stage, she's a powerhouse. Some of us has been like that. That fierce, that Sasha fierceness, or that red rope Janet Jackson that's out there. All of us have that, and that's the ego. The ego got to kind of help push us out there so we can be able to do the shows and show to the world who we are, and we got to be that extra, and sometimes we have to do that, but sometimes again we got to watch it that it doesn't cause us to have that disconnect, to truly be grounded into who we are. Is this actually Bertina, or is this divine sunshine that's being portrayed out here? Are they one and the same? Is that something again that I got to marry the two of them? And so this is again that I am presence is something that you don't have to and I'll move on to the next thing. This is where I'm at now as a light worker now. I used to be saying, oh, I got to come in the room. I got to heal this person. They look like they having a bad day. I got to heal this person, heal my dogs. They having issues, and I got to power up and get this extra love and all that. And at the end of the day, I'm worn out. So now I just come in there and set the intentions. Hey, you know what? If they need the healing, if they can get it from me and whatever, that's fine. I'm not going to exert no extra things. Just me being here. This is what I've been told by my guides too as well, is enough. I don't need to exert nothing. They say, let us take over. We got it from there. We just use your body as an instrument. And that's it. And all I say is return it back to me in the same way that I had. Don't let it overexert my energy that I have nothing to give to myself. And this is what it is that again they're saying we got to take some kind of action about that. For that, the I am presence, there's no extra assembly required for that. It just is. Now that's where the just isness, where I sit back and relax and let it just go on autopilot. That you do. Action about creating this change, about these things that I got to heal, these things that I got to actually do. there's an action in our divine masculine energies that is calling out for us, especially when we're talking about union, saying in our thought process, maybe there's something we got to change. What is it, something that we've got to actually do? You know, maybe we're saying we're not in any kind of communication with the person and we can't reach out and talk to them. Like Kate Buddha stated there, then maybe we need to have that talk with the higher self, or again, have that conversation about things. Do like what I told you to do, videotape yourself, have that conversation about some things and what you heard and what you need to change, and look and seeing about it. That is the same conversation that your divine person or your counterpart or your other self is actually having within themselves about what things they know they have to change, and then look at it again and see about, okay, now these are the things that I'm telling myself that I've got to change on the outside in order to create this union to actually happen. So have that conversation. You can't do that even if you are in communication and you don't want to. You think that it's going to kind of cause a ripple effect between you and your person. Say, right now we're in a good place, but there's still some things that I would like to kind of tweak. I would like to kind of work on that. Videotape yourself and then see that's the message, that the things that you're saying on that videotape is the things in the conversation they have it inside. That's the inside. That's the soul within. And the things that, again, watch the video again and then see what's the things that you need to show on the outside. That's the without, okay? And that's going to help you to, again, look at your rising sign, or the, I thought it's called ascending sign. Somebody said no, but again, look at your ascending sign or your rising sign too, again, and kind of look and see yourself and your person to see what is the kind of overall arching theme or lesson that your person has to. That's what my guides have brought to me. You'll see that those are the things that you've got to kind of work on. Okay, so if you're the divine feminine energies, you believe you resonate with that, then you take what's happening with what's going on with your person and you see their rising sign. That's the things that you got to work on the outside. You got to master that. Things that, again, in your rising sign for your person, those are the things that they've got to, and you believe that they're in their divine masculine energies. That's something that they've got to work on the inside. That's the lesson, and that's what I've come up with. Again, not me, but the guys, we together, and I kept on saying, it's got to be a way. There's something. Now that's, again, remember, this is cake. Let them eat cake. Everything is about layers. It's not just one thing. So there are, again, other things in there at play. You know, whatever it said, the Chiron, which is the lesson, the karmic lesson that you do, or you got to, not karmic lesson, the things that you got to heal. As well, there's layers into that, so it ain't just that's just one. To me, that's the overarching theme of things that's got to be fixed. So look into that and to see is that another way to help you understand what type of action that you need to take as well. And so I find that to be interesting because it's about rising. And to me, again, rising means going to the next level. How can you rise? How can you ascend? It's about ascension, going to the next sign or side or the next thing. Because again, I was told that, again, the rising sign is, again, that's how you're portraying out there in the world. But again, your sun sign is the really where you want to go. You want to end up like that. You're portraying to people like to me that I'm a Cancer, but my sun sign is an Aries, and so that's where I want to truly move into, is to marry the two of the independence, the leadership, knowing that, being strongly, understanding about self-love, those things. So those are the things, again, that I have seen. Again, that's why I do with astrology. I'm not a person that knocks that, because I believe that that's a blueprint, and I at least can point us in some type of form of direction as to what area or what way we need to go in order to help ourselves to heal and to become the true versions of ourselves. So that's the action about that. In our divine feminine energies, what we need to do and to change, clear for the divine feminine energies, is body talk. I am a goddess. To me, again, some of us might be, again, in our body. I I get a fork in the road. Some of us, our body is telling us what needs to be done. If you really are in tune with it and you honor your body as a temple, your body will tell you, you might gain water weight. Water weight lets me know if I'm inflammation, that I'm trying to protect and shield myself. I'm gathering up a lot of emotional things, and some things I need to release emotionally. If I'm having digestive issues, that lets me know there's something about that's going on that I'm not really understanding. I'm not digesting it well. I'm not really chewing it or getting it and really being able to understand why has this appeared the way it has, so that I'm having a hard time taking it in. That's body talk too as well. And our divine feminine and our spirit is telling us, it's giving us clues there, having a hard time breathing, it's oxygen, taking in, becoming light about things. All those things is about getting into the flow and taking in and taking out. It's again the flow, receiving and letting go. So to me, when that happens, if I'm having breathing issues, there's something about I'm taking it in, but I'm not letting it go. I'm not going with the flow. I'm not becoming light with it. So these are things. I am a goddess. These to me, in the divine feminine energies they bring it to me, are reminders that I am divine. And some kind of way I've got to go deal with that. That goes to the action and the divine masculine energies in the 3D in order for me to really truly move in and become divine again. Because my divine meant is out of alignment. And this is what I got to do. I embrace my emotions, soul cleanse. Some of us need to have that. I'm seeing her crying there. There is, I know it was, he would say, return to the twin connection. They had some things. If you got some people that know how to do that soul cleanse, past life regression sessions can do that too as well. They can lead you in a way in which that you can be able to see the patterns, and by the time when I know I'm finished with me doing my sessions with people, they feel like they have had their soul cleansed through that journey of looking at different lifetimes and the patterns too. So you're interested in doing that, that's another way of you being able to do that, to embrace your emotions. Like I said, your body will tell you. Your divine feminine energies about the confusion, why things ain't coming together. Take responsibility for my own decisions that contributed to the challenging situation. And that's, again, I've said that. You got to tell about your part. You got to sit down and really, I think, again, that goes back to, but some of us have adopted what April and Kathy did said, that you keep on picking at it, you're going to hit a geyser. But I think, and some of us, Spirit is directing us to hit that geyser so it can be able to release. But you've been, again, adopting ideologies and beliefs, systems that, were good at that time. And sometimes, again, all of that stuff does not always apply to everything. That's a one size fit all. Some of these things that we still, again, is still at the bottom of the coffee cup, and it's still that we got to really, either it's time to get rid of that coffee pot and go get you a new one and start all over again brand new. And some of us still holding on, say I'm a scrub. And sometimes, it's got a crack in it. You're trying to work with it, praying that it don't break. And sometimes I think right now when we talk about this confusion, to me, this about what we are, we've got to go and become brand new. How we do that, take responsibility. We have did that to say this ain't gonna work no more. I remember one time I had my car, and it was the other one before I got in this one, and stuff was just slowly breaking down. It was every daggone month, it was something. Okay, before Dad had to help me, the power steering was lost. Before then, the brakes had to be fixed. Next thing was the lights was coming on. And I remember one day after school, it was late. I said, this is it. I ain't dealing with this shit. No, excuse me for cursing. I'm not dealing with this no more. I'm going to the daggone dealership. I'm going to drop this sucker off. We about to go and see if we can go on ahead and see if we can get something, some kind of deal. And I went right on straight after work. It was late. I remember I didn't get back to home till about almost like 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night. I was remember it's nighttime. That's the car I got now. I said, I can't do this. This thing break down. When I got there, the man that told me he's like, I went on here and told, he said, but I ain't want to tell the man that was assessing your car that your windows didn't go down. I was like, when the hell that happened? I said, oh, hell, I definitely know it's time to go. He said, no. He said, I ain't even tell him. So you go ahead and get that $7,000 for a down payment of bringing in the car. See, this is what I'm saying about those things that is like some of it, the science is there. And it's like you got to take responsibility. I can keep on with this, but stuff is breaking down around me in my life. And science is there to say maybe I need to just start anew about that because some things are coming unglued. Take me or leave me. Wow, woman. Some of us do have to kind of get in the divine feminine energies again. That's that in a way of accepting where we are. This is what it's saying to me. You know, accepting the emotions. Some of us, again, got to give ourselves permission that is where we are. This is what we want. It's to me of abandonment. Stop letting the rules and the regulations and the beliefs, not beating up on religion. It seems like I am today, but I'm not. It's about that ritualistic things that really is based on to keep you in ego, to keep you fear-based. That's what religion sometimes does. And like, again, taking the training wheels off and say, hell, if I'm going to try to ride this bike without the training wheels, whether I fall, you learn from falling, you learn from getting up, trying it again until you balance. That's how we all learned how to ride a bike. And this is where we are here as far as when we talk about this wild woman, just letting the animalistic, which means, again, I'm going off of instinct, but using my intuition, but I'm doing it in a way that, again, to me is like going back to natural, to nature, not going according to anybody else's drum beat, but really saying what's good for Bertina, what's good for me, not good for the role or the portrayal or the alter ego or divine sunshine, but like when it comes down to it, what is best for me. Okay, so now let's get into some answers here really quickly about that. So what do we need to surrender? Oh, I got a divine. Is my baby here? No, she's not. Okay. This is what Spirit really wants you to walk away with because you fell on the floor. Okay, surrender to prayer. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe. Answers and support will arrive. Some of that, again, is almost a serenity prayer. That's why I'm thinking about that prayer. And I just seen it and read it off of my mom's bag that she had hanging on the bathroom door there. Surrender prayer, you know, praying and saying, I'm surrendering. I'm letting go of the things that I don't know. I know, and the things that I don't know, I'm letting it go. And again, I'm letting something else help me to understand and discern the difference. And when I do know what things I do have control that I could change, I'm going to do it. And the things that I don't know, I'm going to surrender it and I'm going to let it go. That's Bertina's or Divine Sunshine's version of what the serenity prayer is. Some of us that I feel here when we talk about the serenity prayer, the praying, that's what it's got to come down to. It is me. When it's my fault, show me the way of how I can get out of it. And when it's other people's fault in it, help me to be understanding and accepting that it's nothing that I can do. Because I think a lot of us try to get into that divine masculine energies. I felt something in the divine masculine energies, and we want to change others. And all along, it's like, again, it's three fingers pointing back at you, and the change is about you, not about that person. And to me, prayer is also about you getting in alignment. You know, the universe already knows what you want, but it wants you to understand that, again, it's about you hearing exactly what you want, and the universe saying, okay, yeah, they are in true alignment. Their voice, the bridge, the heart, and the mind, everything is all together in divine, in the line, and again, can be able to manifest that. That's where, again, where it comes to that birth of the intimacy of the divine masculine energy, the divine feminine in together to give birth to that very thing that you want to exist. This came in reverse. We got to, again, the spirit wants us to really know we got to move into that passion. We got to surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So again, if there's some things that you need to do that you feel, again, that may be out of what you think is not, I won't even put that, because again, if you're like me, every little thing triggers you. Do right now at this point that's going to help you to become a better version of yourself. This is what you are to focus it on. That is your mission. It does not matter about what the spiritual community says. It does not matter about what I said on this channel. It's about what you feel at this point that you're saying, okay, when I do this, this helps me to get more in tune with my heart. And that's what you need to do. Is this helping me to get more in tune? Is this helping me to heal? Is this really truly aligning with the direction that I want to go? I want to be with my person. Do I believe by doing this action, is this helping me? Okay, even though even the illusion of it might seem like I'm getting more further away from that, or is this, and again, and my heart keeps on saying, explore this, but I'm scared because Divine Sunshine said you don't do this, or the spiritual community say you don't do this because this is going to draw me more away from the person. You know, you ask and then ask the universe. If it's not, again, please, again, if I don't have the practice of discernment and know if this is right, then take it away. Then again, whatever it is, block it, that it does not manifest it to anything. But if it's something that needs to bloom and I need to, again, learn from, then let me go ahead and do that. And that's going to help to create passion. Because, again, like they say, watch what you're fueling. That's what we said before. What are you feeding on to create that steam, Surrender to divine timing. Understanding that sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifested fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Some of us have got to be able to do that, to let go. Understand divine timing. Remember my definition of divine timing? Divine timing isn't about red light, green light, where the universe says, okay, stop. And you sitting at the light, and you have been in several lights before. And so I be damn, how long is this light going to last? I am so ready to go. And, you know, and you're sitting there and you're like, okay, well, maybe I'm just going to have to run this light because I don't know if the street light working or is it stuck? Or, I mean, did it get hit by lightning? You know, and that same thing that you start questioning the universe, and the universe is like saying, no, it's not time. The universe brought to me with my spiritual team saying that it's not about that. It's about, again, getting yourself into, everybody else has got to get in alignment. We got to wait for the man says on Infinite Waters, we got to wait for the cat down the road to wake up. We got to wait for the mechanic to open up the shop. You know, we got to do all of these different things. Everybody got to play a part. We got to wait until the karmic situation releases, or they get tired of the karmic situation and say, I can't do it no more. And the other person say, yeah, I can't do this no more. And then everything, and that you're at a place that you're healthy to be able to receive your person, so that you don't exhibit the same thing, the same relationship that they just walked away from, and you bringing in the same type of energy. So sometimes that's what's got to be worked out. So, you know, it's a lot of things that got to play. So a lot of times, like in some ways, they say it ain't just about you. I'm sorry, boo-boo. But again, understanding that it's a lot of things that's got to play a part. Maybe your person got to get their money together. A lot of us, I know that I read for it, is the money situation. That's the issue. Okay, they don't want to. They can't get rid of them. They don't feel that that's part of their self-esteem. They got to have some kind of money, or get to the point to say, hell, like they say, surrender it. I ain't going to have the type of money that I want. I know I want this love. I know I deserve this love. I'm hoping that she's in a place that even though my money is still funny and she still wants it, that she understands she's not going to go by society's standards, where it's saying that well, you know, you ain't got no money, no romance without finance. That mean you got to depend on me. No, you know, cause my mama raised me right. I ain't gonna have no man depending on me. Oh, that's out. You know, what my friends gonna think about? They having this conversation with that. He gonna be depending on me. He ain't got no money like that. But you know, again, things are happening now in society that the roles is, again, that's where our next step is in dimensions of understanding that there is no a man supposed to be this, it is no a woman supposed to be that, it's supposed to be this fluid, it's supposed to be affluent, there's supposed to be no roles, what is it, affluent is like no sexual labels or definitions or terms that's supposed to be with that. So if he coming and he say, I'm coming with a whole bunch of load of love, and I'm about to lay it on you, and the only issue is that my money ain't acted right, you know, sometimes I'm gonna have to lean on you, but you know I'm love you and I'm coming here and I'm loyal to you. You better not turn that stuff down, that you got a loyal man that say, I adore you, I love you, head to toe. I'm going to do what I can to make up in the other areas, although this way it's a little funny. Now, if you still in that old dimensions and that old way of thinking, you're going to look at him and say, boo, that ain't going to work. That's nice. I love that you got with all that love, but can you cover all that love and work on that money too? Who knows? Once he comes into the relationship again, he ain't got rid of that karma thing, I believe, and it's been drilled to me, but it may or may not, that once that person comes together, and even if their money's looking funny at the beginning, towards as you work together, that money situation is going to start to change. Now, this is something I believe in. If not, that's what I would manifest on that one. It's going to change. Either in my mindset, I might have a little human, might have a problem, and after a while, I ain't going to give a care about it because I like, this man loves me unconditionally. I can tell, I can feel it. My heart is no longer artificial. I no longer have no blinders or mask on because I know truly he's for me, and I truly know that I made for him. Because I understand him. I don't give a darn about what nobody else is talking about or thinking about my man about that. Because your man got maybe all of the money and he still ain't being faithful. You know, so my thing is that. So this is, again, look at how all those layers got to play in there. I got to let go of that belief system about that, you know, because that's been drilled to me from my dad to my mom. You know, you don't deal with no man that ain't got no job. They be depending on you. You got to release all that. So all that's what all plays into divine timing. I know I take a long way to kind of get to where it is, but again, I want to kind of lay the work out. I want to lay the scene out so you can understand how this thing is, because again, this isn't no 1, 2, and 3. And that's where we get it wrong at. There's a lot of layers to this. Surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't deserve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. That even if your person is your person and they're showing toxicity, again, you have to give yourself permission to say, again, I've got to let go, but not let go. It's almost like that scene the other day where the young man had his brother, and he was tethered to him, and I was like, get him. And my mom was like, what's happening? What you hollering about? I was like, he was on his phone. They get ready to cross the street. The little brother looked like he ready to cross on his own, and you know, he had to kind of do. I said, no, you got to hold little man's hand across the street, and so that you all are going in the same direction. That's the same thing like that. Again, you know, you're tethered together with the person. There is a sense of separation there as well, but still we got to understand that, again, some periods that, again, whether it's energetically through the spirit or physically, if you are blessed to have that too as well. Not blessed, you're blessed either way if you got them in spirit or not. I dislike what people, and I can't believe I even went there and fell for that trap myself. You are blessed either way, either in the physical or in the spiritual. Like my other person said, he said that my elder self has said that it's metaphysical. It's much beyond that. So again, and he said that the metaphysical was much realer than it is the physical, and that's true. So you are blessed in either way that you're able to communicate, and you have learned how to communicate to them, to be able to, again, in the spirit, say, listen here, let me grab your hand and say, this is the way we're going to the other side, we're going together in doing this. Rather you're here presently, or you're over there working on your stuff and I'm working on my own stuff together. Still, the thing is our ending point is to become divine and to come together. Now, how that coming together looks, again, we have to be open and receptive on this journey about how it appears. However, we can set the intentions is that I would like us to, again, not beyond I like. The intentions is that we physically come together, living in the same space, learning from each other, growing with each other, uplifting and supporting each other. That is the intentions. That's what that needs to, or not even say needs, that will manifest. Those are the intentions, and I'm doing everything in alignment to ensure that that is what's going to show up and demonstrate in the universe. Okay, so this is what we're talking about with that serenity. Is there any other? I know I went a little over an hour, but I felt that we need to, this is almost like a powwow or a talk to as well, clear, because I think that we need to, I'm doing this opposite. We need to have that talk and understanding as well. Let's ask the the angels. Then I'm gonna go into this individual reading. I need you to do this. Okay, so again, what is the advice from spirit or the universe? We need to reconcile, they're saying. Someone from your past is returning to your life. I said, almost like TGJ's, get ready, get ready, get ready. Get ready to receive this person. I'm with K Moon is saying when they do, Steve Terrell, saying that when this person comes with these swords means conflict in their mind. They kind of timid. They don't know what they want to say. They don't know how they want to say it. And they might be a little defensive, still coming with that cool hand Luke attitude, which is calling again that I'm just being cool boy, real cool, like from West Side Story. Play it cool boy, real cool, do 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 do. You know, and those things, even if they're coming with that kind of like a attitude there, you got to show them cups. And I like what he's saying. And I've been saying that all along. It's easier for us to go right on in, and I've said that too, but I usually try to really train myself to go and show love, because I've seen that even with my other self, that when I show that, I don't care what kind of mood he in, you can feel him. I can feel him melt. And then I get to reel him. And then I can feel him just say, okay, yeah, hold the it's called the temperance, the resignation, the things are in his voice. The whole energy starts before staccato. It's just like, okay, so when your person comes, and I'm going to put it out there because I've learned also that by me stating it, it programs you too. When your person comes, let them talk to them in love. Don't meet them with that, or that warrior in there with that, just again, like, okay, how you doing? And, you know, hey, what's up? Hi, how you doing? How's everything? It's okay. What's happening with you? That's how I usually it starts. I'm doing fine. You know, it's a lot of things. I'm adjusting to things. You know, my sister passed, blah, blah, blah. You know, like that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Now, you notice how that goes down? We beating them with cups. You know, I'm dealing with that in love. You know, not because I said sympathy, but I'm bringing him my cup. And now he's starting to bring his cup. And then it's bringing it down to, you know, everything is okay with you. You know, you're doing okay. Now he feels that cup I'll give you. Yeah, you know, I've been busy, you know how things are with me on my end. Okay, and then the more you get into it a little bit, tell them that, hey, I'm going to the gym now. I'm doing things, try to get my body together. Oh yeah, you doing that, little kind of that cup. Oh yeah, you don't need to change nothing. You perfect the way you are. Okay, he come his cup. Okay, here we go. Then before you know it, maybe he might move into, what I've been thinking. Okay, here we go. Cup. Cheers. Now we can drink of that cup of love. But that stuff like, yeah, okay, I ain't heard from you, but you still with her, all that extra other stuff like that, oh, okay, just watch it, okay? That's all I want to say is watch it. Bring the cup of love, even if they ain't coming there with the cup of love to the party themselves. Before you know it, they're going like dealers. Let's make a deal. He does that at the end, and they ask him at the end when you get the deal of the day, real quick deal. Like, do you have a cup? Hold on a second. I'm going to go. If you got a cup, I'm going to give you $500. You see him say, hold on a second. Let me go get the cup. And they go on out of view, and they come. And it's like, I got a cup. Like, okay, $500. So you want to make sure that they will make them to go and run and go find that cup. Because you're meeting them with cups. Again, like attracts like. That is your other self. So they're going to feel within themselves that pull and that draw that I got to meet her with cups. Or I got to meet him with cups. Because that's what he's doing. And that's me. And we're reflecting each other. That other stuff, it just can't. If you keep on and keep on, they can't do that. So understand that they want to do that because, again, one, a reconciliation. I'll end it there. I'm trying to see 2 ways you can make the magic. They keep on. Here and now, that's all right. Because right now, it's about being present. And the reconciliation to me is saying it's being needed. In order for us to understand what's our next path or where we need to go next. The past is the past. The future is the future. You don't want back the past because the past brings on depression. You don't want to talk about the future because the future brings on anxiety. But what you can control, like this prayer serenity, is the now, the present. And so this is, again, to me, she's got this, the here and now. Remind yourself about where you are. Remember at the beginning I had said that's so funny. Remember at the beginning I said, where the heck am I? Where am I? Here it is interesting because this reconciliation is going to help you to understand where you are. In your spirit. Understanding that you're divine. It's going to open up doors. New opportunities to this next one. You got a 3, help you get in alignment, help you to really truly understand this unity. 3 and 2 means to make this change, that 5 there. Because in this reconciliation, it's going to help you to remember again to get into that milk and honey, that ease and flow. When you're talking about the past there and you remember things, you're going to start looking and focusing in on the positive they're telling me. So in order for you to be able to say, yes, I'm in it to win it. Or the positive to help you to give you some markers and some they're saying like positive reinforcements, like a reward to say, why am I here? Why do I want this union? And why should I stay in there? The milk means to be able to nurture yourself, to understand also the ease and flow of it too, so you can have the rainbows, which to me is the union. But understanding that there's different shades, just like the rainbow, there's different layers to it, and there's different things that you've got to deal with in order to bring this union, you and your other self, or the other me, has to come in to understanding that, so that we can both eat at the table of brotherhood. There, really quickly, last once, I know that part there. That's hers. Clear. What's the magic that we got to create is confidence. Okay, and I see here we got the confidence of and the divine feminine energies and these angel here, these wings here. Confidence and understanding that you are divine. This is what we kind of missing out on. that whatever it is that we're doing is also helping us to seek divinity within. What does the seer deck want to tell us too about that? The sun, didn't I say that about the sun? The solar plex, having everything underneath the sun in our spirit and understanding that. That's being ignited. I'm looking at that. The spirit is dropping it down into your spirit. I remember I had woke up one day. They was telling me the spirit. I could feel the spirit moving inside me. I feel the spirit moving inside me, guiding my footsteps every day. So that's what it is. I can feel it. I can feel the spirit moving inside me. I can feel the spirit moving inside me. Okay, so that's what it is. That's what we're moving into. And understand the spirit is guiding us so we can be able to have that sun. What we're destined is to release, to let things go, that it should not be there. Definitely the fall is really going to be some changes. They say with that July 25th already happened. It started there. I think that cycle there, and it's moving into fall, and then at the end of that it's really going to be a release. So the cycle started July 25th, which was yesterday, and it's moving through. Having the courage, although the willows and the stormy seas again will have but again understanding that even though with the illusions of what you're seeing as hidden upon those rocks, you got to be like that and still be able to stand firm and tall in that. Understand that you're destined to have an enlightenment, which means to really truly understand why you're doing things, have a wisdom, a much deeper wisdom, a more spiritual wisdom of understanding about why things are going the way they are, how the direction that your ship is sailing, and what direction that it's actually going into, and how it's helping you to ascend to go to the next level. Understand, they go that giraffe. Didn't I talk about the giraffe earlier? Again, how you've been playing yourself small, how again that with you dealing with that smallness and really moving into your divinity and knowing who truly you are. Giraffe is beautiful, majestic, has a long neck, able to see much higher from a different vantage point from everybody else. Long legs, able to build and go into high speeds, being able to eat up the land and move at much faster rate than any of the other animals there, because it doesn't take as many strides as other animals. And you're going to find that in your divinity and your thriving, that it's going to take a less effort for you to be able to move. Like goes back to earlier about that. I can feel the spirit on that one. I almost want to speak tongues on that. I can feel that again. Remember this card say didn't have no legs. Look at this. You got a peg leg. Now you got beautiful long legs once you start moving and you're destined and understanding about how you are divine. And it doesn't take you as many steps. Before you were struggling. This here you can move with the grace. Giraffe moves with grace and ease, and there's less movement, less steps they have to take that, because you understand that I don't need to do A, B, C, and D. Baby, I could just do A and then just glide through and coast through B and C and find myself at D, because I'm moving differently. Okay, I'm understanding how tall and beautiful and majestic, and even in once I find out I'm thriving with that. I remember one time too, and then I'm end on that because you know I'm today I'm in a talky mood. I remember one time when I had just got my master's, and I remember I had came back from that and getting my master's. I think we went out of school, and my kids like, Miss Booker. I'm like, yeah. They like, you look like you done got taller. I was like, what? They said, yeah, you look taller to us. And they all went out around and said, yeah. That's because in my spirit, I had pulled up and I was standing on the masters, and I felt like I was really standing, as Oprah Winfrey said, on the shoulders of my ancestors. And I felt that my grandmother was there. And, you know, it's a long story about that. We ain't got time for that. About that. And I felt that she really had been an instrumental piece in helping me and making sure that I had gotten that master's we had worked out some things spiritually about our relationship, and for that I felt in my spirit. And this how I had my friends around me, and they traveled all the way from Chicago to Indianapolis to come see me, my core people. And I remember, even I got a picture of them, I might share that, where I don't think you'll see their faces too good, where I was leading them and they was just flaked right behind me, and I was going down the stairs, and my parents was there, my dad was there, he was proud, and my mom was there. And it just took all of that energy and all of that pride and that happiness of that moment, and the ladies saying something to me too as well, which means to me, I'll take it now, that it's just, you're just born to be a leader that has to be dealing with children and education. And it was just like, and for the kids to see me physically manifest what was going on the inside, on the outside, and it had just showed as me growing. They seen my spirit. I say, I could feel the spirit moving inside me. They seen that, and to see me look taller. I'm 5'1.5". I tell people I'm 5'2". Little short thing, cute, like a teapot, but curvy. But for them to see that this really tells you this is what we are striving for. So in our spirit, people will see that we have changed. We're not coming no longer the same way that we came into this. And this is really what it is, for us to understand that we are going to be internally and externally changed. And we have to, again, come into that movement of that understanding. And this is what, again, this union is about. So this is our message for those of us saying it ain't showing up the way it is, but at the end, Spirit gave us that understanding. It ain't about what's happening on the outside, how it's supposed to be. At the end of the day, it's about that union and how you can be able to change you within. All right, I said 1:30. That's why I went on ahead and just talked my way. I'm finished with that. Okay, I am kind of ready to start over again. Business has been handled with my sister. So if you need any readings or anything like that, or you will need a past life regression session, I will get that in before August, the middle of August. If you want something like a past life regression session during the day, because I'm off, but once it becomes mid-August, I go back to work here in CPS Chicago. We're starting earlier, so I won't have any day sessions left for you to do. We'll start only getting on the weekend. Remember that the special of having the past life regression session for $125 is ending in August. So August is the last time, but again, like I said, that'll be the ending of it, and I'll go right back to $250 for those sessions, and that'll be on the weekends as well. So this one was really, I felt that we needed to have this in our spirit. This is a message also for me as well, and I'm gonna also go back through that. But I just woke up and I was like, let me just put on a shirt and some earrings to look like I didn't at least be presentable on here. But you know, when I had those ones, it's like, no, come on in and pour. I'm gonna do the reading for this person too. They got two things, and I just wanted to really make sure that I pour this on you all. For those of you all that's in the union is not appearing and coming up and showing up the way that you want it to, and help you to understand and get an understanding of what it is. So I pray that this reach your heart. I pray that this again helps you to get the understanding about what's the work that you have to do, and what Spirit is telling us. Not trying, they don't try, humans try. Spirit tells you what it is. It's us that turn around to trying about that. Last thing too as well, because like I said, I'm in talking mood, so just bear with me as well with that. Do make sure that you are liking, and again, I give you permission to like this, to share this, to subscribe to this channel as well. We are now, as again with YouTube, and I was glad to see I think it's the Wicked Virgo Tarot said the same thing. right now on YouTube, we have to again support our spiritual community, and I'm not just even speaking for me. I'm voicing for everybody. That's how I am, as well for the injustice that is going on pretty much on YouTube. They are making it seem as if the spiritual community and what we have to give to the table is not as important for some of us that not got the big followings as well, because you will see even on your favorite spiritual community ones, the viewerships as they have been from thousands, they moving down to 100 as well. The other stuff about how to get my hair, and I'm telling you, I looked at it too. How can I be able to do my own hair and my makeup flawless and all this other stuff, and relationships and things of that nature? Those things are rising that are not spiritual based. Those things that are spiritual based are losing. I even see James Van Prague, and he ain't getting the numbers like he used to. We've got to support our own, okay? Like they say, I need to get t-shirts, like say Black Lives Matters or All Lives Matters. Spiritual community matters too as well, and we need to uplift that. And again, how do we do that to move the needle into our direction? We got to hit the likes, people. It ain't about I like that. It's like, thank you again for coming on here to your version of what you believe you're helping us. Thank you for coming up here, and I might not agree with everything that coming out your mouth, but at least I'm like, hey, I'm giving you kudos that you took time out, a whole hour and a half, to come set us or give your truth to help us build us to go to the next level. And I thank you for that. And how I thank you, I either gonna click like on it, or I'm gonna share it, or I'm gonna subscribe to it and hit the notification bell so I can hear more of it if I really truly love what you hear and I want to hear more. Also, when you do that, you pour your energy in, and so that these readings are more tailored to you, so that it doesn't, remember, these are general and we're hitting a wide screen. So again, when I throw the net out there, I don't know who I'm throwing it and who I'm catching. This way, when you're in there, this lets me know that I'm hitting that target market. And again, like I said, my niche is for the ones that think, and then their thinking sort of kind of gets them in trouble because they're ruminating stuff, and then they like, I can't find a solution, I'm lost, and now it's just F the whole daggone thing. I don't want to do it no more. So again, as I'm here as a beacon of light to shine and say, hey, not so quickly. Let's try this. Let's look at it, and let's ask the guides to see how can we unravel and untangle our own selves in this mindset that we're in that's got us here, that why union isn't coming to us as fast as we think it should be. Or what can we do in the meantime while that person's working on their stuff? What do we need to work on? And that is my purpose for doing that. But like I said, we've got to uplift our spiritual community. We got to hit click. Sometimes I don't even stay for the whole thing. I'm just like next. You know, if it runs on my thing, my computer, my laptop or my phone automatically starts playing on it, I just like here like. You know, it's nothing but that, again, to help them, because again, if they take 10 minutes, 5 minutes, or hour, 2 hours to say what they want to share with you, and they believe in their little heart, let's say the old folks say, bless their little heart, that they're helping us to uplift to go to the next one, stop and give them that like. Like I said, we're in opposition on YouTube. They want to take the other secular stuff, as I call it, and blow them up to the top, while again, it's hard for us to have those spiritual things to come to the top and really rise above and say, okay, now I can be able to go and swim with the big fish. Right now, it's if you're a little fish, it's hard to get up there. And so they could see, because some of us, again, if you only got one person viewing or 25 viewing it, nobody else can hear all of this good stuff. Somebody might be sitting up there saying, I want to know why it ain't working, and I just gave you the keys to it, and they'll never be able to. They won't be able to, I'm going to say never. They won't be able to, because again of the algorithms and the plan of the game that YouTube has us to be able to see it. The more likes, the more availability that all of us in the spiritual community can be able to be saved. Okay, that is it. I ran overtime on that one, but I said I gotta say that. So I pray that you stay into the end to see all the way that, but that message has to be. And I thank you for those of you all that I see that you all have been liking more. I'm thanking you all very much so for that, because it's getting more people to come. It ain't about just me and I'm being seen and all that stuff. It's about me getting this message out there so I can be able to help, and also the spiritual community as well. And this is what it's all about. All right, there. Until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste and Namago. All right, until next time, love you, and I'll be talking to you real soon.